Hey everyone, welcome to our communication and teamwork training. Today we're here to enhance our collaboration skills and communication techniques. Let's dive in and make this session a productive and engaging learning experience. Let's get straight to the point about why we're here today. We're on a mission to refine our communication skills at work, but not just any skills, practical ones. We're focusing on ethical communication and leadership, understanding that these values are the backbone of effective teamwork. Throughout this training, we'll be exploring diverse communication channels and how to use them smartly. Trust and transparency are not just buzzwords, they're the keys to your team's success. We'll be working on active listening and empathetic communication, the real skills that build connections. We're also going to dive into the important link between accountability and communication, showing you firsthand how it boosts productivity. We're also going to provide you with solid conflict resolution strategies. Communication isn't just a part of teamwork, it's the glue that keeps conflicts at bay. Let's take a quick look behind the scenes of our training. We've drawn from some solid theories and concepts to shape our session. First up, in the realm of communication, we're exploring the social learning theory, understanding how we learn from others, and the transactional model of communication, which breaks down the process of exchanging messages. When you're dealing with teamwork, ethical communication is key. We're going to be focusing on truthfulness and honesty and respecting others' perspectives. Honesty really is the best policy, and we also need to value diverse viewpoints. In the leadership department, we're diving into transformational leadership, which inspires positive change, and ethical leadership, where moral integrity takes the lead. Teamwork and communication are intertwined through collaborative communication, which emphasizes joint effort and shared goals. Considering our communication channels, we're also going to be looking at the channel expansion theory, recognizing how our communication avenues have evolved in the digital age. Trust and transparency are also fundamental. We're exploring trust-building strategies essential for team cohesion and transparency as an organizational value, which promotes openness and honesty. Lastly, honing our communication skills with active listening, because understanding paves the way for effective communication, empathetic communication, putting ourselves in others' shoes, and mastering nonverbal communication, the silent but powerful language. These theories and concepts aren't just ideas, they're the practical tools we need to enhance our teamwork and communication.
The proposed context or settings for this training are for onboarding new hires. The training would be appropriate for new employees who are joining a team or an organization. It would help them connect with their team members, understand the importance of effective communication in the workplace, and develop the necessary skills to communicate effectively in a team setting. It's also appropriate for team building events. This training could be incorporated into team building events or retreats. It would provide an opportunity for team members to improve their communication skills, build trust and transparency within the team, and enhance overall teamwork and collaboration. Another setting would be in professional development workshops. This training could be offered as a professional development workshop for employees who are seeking to improve their communication skills in the workplace. It would be beneficial for individuals in leadership positions such as project managers and team leads. Performance improvement plans could also be a setting for this training, as it can be utilized as part of a performance improvement plan for employees who are struggling with communication in the workplace. It would provide them with the necessary tools and strategies to enhance their communication skills and improve their overall performance. Team restructuring or mergers. When teams are being restructured or merged, this training would be appropriate to facilitate effective communication and collaboration between team members. It would help them adapt to the new team dynamics, build trust, and establish clear channels of communication. Conflict resolution programs would also be another background or setting. This training could be incorporated into conflict resolution programs within organizations. It would provide employees with the necessary skills to effectively communicate and resolve conflicts in the workplace, ultimately fostering a positive and harmonious work environment. Another setting would be in leadership development programs, where this training would be included in that leadership development program to help future leaders develop strong communication skills. It would enable them to effectively communicate their vision, motivate their team members, and ultimately lead by example in the workplace. Additionally, it could also be used for diversity and inclusion initiatives, where it could be incorporated into these initiatives to promote effective communication among diverse team members. It would help foster understanding, empathy, and inclusivity within the team, leading to improved collaboration and productivity. Team performance enhancement programs is another place that this training could be utilized as part of team performance enhancement programs to address communication issues that may be hindering team success. It would provide team members with the necessary skills to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts, and work collaboratively towards achieving a common goal. Lastly, it can also be used for continuous improvement initiatives, where it can be included in these initiatives within your organization. It would help employees enhance their communication skills while provide feedback and contribute to a culture of continuous learning and improvement. The goals we wish to achieve with this training are that participants will be able to demonstrate effective listening skills in workplace communication, as evidenced by their ability to paraphrase and ask for clarification in a role-playing activity. They'll be able to understand the importance of ethical values in communication and be able to identify at least 3 ethical leadership behaviors that promote effective communication within the workplace. They'll be able to identify and select the appropriate communication channels for different scenarios, as demonstrated by their successful completion of the group activities. They'll understand the role of trust and transparency in effective communication, and be able to apply strategies for building trust within teams through open communication. They'll have improved their nonverbal communication skills, as evidenced by their ability to maintain eye contact, engage in a positive body language, and avoid interrupting the role-playing activity. They'll understand the link between effective communication and increased productivity, and be able to explain how accountability influences communication in the workplace. They would have learned strategies for resolving conflicts through communication and be able to apply these strategies in a group discussion or role-playing activity. They'll be able to assess their understanding of the training content through a post-test and provide feedback on the training session through a survey evaluation. They'll have improved their overall communication skills in a team setting, as demonstrated by their active participation and engagement in the training activities and discussions. Lastly, they'll feel more confident in their ability to connect with their team members through effective communication and have a better understanding of the importance of communication within the workplace.
Activities of this training on teamwork and communication. Now that you've heard about why this training is needed, how we came up with this training, and the goals for this training, you will now learn about the proposed activities for teamwork and communication in the workplace.
What is being done during the workshop? We will begin with a quick welcome introduction to introduce ourselves and the training so all the attendees can be comfortable. There will be a training agenda brochure on each space so they can have a schedule and an idea of what the day will consist of. We will do an overview of the training, which includes teamwork and team communication. This will be done using a PowerPoint. We will begin the activities that are interactive and fun for the students, which include large group activities, group discussions, icebreakers that all tie into our topic, and experiences. What are the steps? The workshop will be led by an HR specialist in person within the work setting. It will be 5 hours and 15 minutes total, including breaks, but 3 hours and 30 minutes of learning and activities. We will start with a pretest to test knowledge before the workshop and get them familiar with the topics and objectives. Next, we will move to the icebreaker to get everyone comfortable in interacting. They will share 3 things in common and play people bingo. Next, they will watch a video on importance of communication in the workplace, team communication. to contribute to their knowledge and will be used as a learning tool followed by a PowerPoint on team communication topic. The activities to follow include role playing, open discussion, get your cards in order game, and sessions to discuss each activity after the activities are completed. They will then take a post test to track what was learned, and lastly, an exit ticket will be distributed to receive overall feedback about the training.
In this day and age, a lot of trainings are held online. We believe that the best place to have this training is one, in person, and two, in a large enough conference room that can hold the amount of people this training is aimed for. This training should be held in person. In person trainings allow for workers to be more focused and in the zone. It will allow for internal networking and relationship building opportunities, which essentially is what this training is trying to promote. The facilitator can also gauge whether or not the group of people attending is understanding the material better than if they were all online. The facilitator can also have more attention in person than if it was a hybrid method, when they're trying to see if people online are engaging the material correctly. The large space should be intimate enough to allow goers to feel connected to their peers and not large enough where they're far away from their peers. One of the goals of having the correct place is to help create conversations organically outside of the training. This means during setup, before the training happens, after the training happens, and during breaks. Good lighting is also needed to help create a space where people can see and interact with others. This also means that chairs should be placed in a way that allows everyone to be able to see. There should be a lack of noise as well to help people focus on the actual training. This will help minimize distractions. We want the training to be on site, as will help people that have travel burdens, and this step will also help save time as people are not having to travel. It will also help the company save money as they do not have to rent out a space. However, if a large enough space is not available, holding the training off-site will allow for a more memorable experience that helps break away from the office norm. We suggest arriving early whether or not the training is on or off-site to allow for proper setup and to ensure everything is working correctly. An on-site training would also mean that the person running the training should be more familiar with their surroundings, and this will also help save time. This training requires a list of 19 items. Most of these items should already be in the company's possession, thus saving the company money. The first two items needed are tables and chairs. The tables and chairs should be set up in a way that allows for conversations to happen. However, some activities need more space and need space to move around. The facilitator or people helping with the setup should be mindful of that. The next item needed is the training agenda. This should be available at every seat in the beginning of the training as people are walking in. Adults like to know what the schedule will be for the day, as it helps keep them on track and gives them something to look forward to. The next item needed is paper. Paper will be used by attendees to take notes on training materials and to write down concepts for the debrief. Following this item is a writing utensil such as a pencil or a pen. A projector will also be needed for the PowerPoint presentation. Again, we recommend going early to ensure everything is up to par and is working correctly. The video should be opened up in another tab to not waste time during the training. A pretest should be given in the beginning of the training to gauge what people know. A post-test should be given once the PowerPoint and activities are completed to see what people have learned in the training. An exit ticket should be given right before people leave to see what could be improved upon and what people liked during the training. Maslow's hierarchy of needs states that nothing will be learned if basic needs are not met. This means providing snacks and beverages, which will help people feel like their basic needs are being met. A deck of cards is needed for the Get Your Cards in Order activity. A clock or a timer is needed not only to keep an eye on time, but for all of the activities as well. There's a limit on time, and activities have a time range. People bingo cards are needed for one of the icebreaker activities. Finally, poster board paper is needed for the debriefs so everyone can see what is learned and how activities could have gone better. This will also help people see how the activities relate to team communication. A pen might work for this step, but a marker may be needed depending on the space so that people can see what is being written on the poster board paper.
The evaluation plan for our teamwork and communication workshop. We will conduct an anonymous test at the beginning of the workshop to evaluate all participants' level of knowledge on various topics related to team communication and teamwork, including, but not limited to, definitions, concepts, and appropriate behaviors in specified situations. At the end of the workshop, attendees will participate in a post-test to see what was learned and facilitated throughout the workshop. Lastly, we will administer an exit ticket in which participants will share their opinions on the effectiveness of the activities and conveying the information and how helpful they found the workshop.